Black Clover episode 150 review. Let's get straight into it. Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy NeohXO here to talk about some Black Clover. If you like Black Clover, of course, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. But this episode right here was a pretty fun and cool episode. It was an episode focused around a couple of different points. We see Gray actually trying to overcome her shyness in the first half of the episode, and I think that was a pretty interesting plot point of the episode. Firstly, she goes to Noelle and basically asks Noelle to help her out a little bit, to be a little more confident, because we know ever since the introduction of Noelle has been very confident, so it does make sense for Gray to get some help from her. You know, she has that royalty type of confidence, being, you know, brought up in a royal family and around that type of stuff, and now she's kind of around peasants a little more. So she still maintains a lot of that confidence, and Gray pretty much, you know, wants Noelle to pass a little bit of that confidence onto her. Now, Noelle basically tries to talk to her face to face without Gray transforming, and of course, this makes Gray very shy, and she covers her eyes because she just can't do it. We remember in the beginning of the series how Gray used to have an alternate form, and she pretty much had no problem being seen, and that's basically because it's not her true form. And I think there was a pretty good resolution to this plot point a little later. Before that though, Gordon actually comes along and helps. I think it's interesting how Gordon has been in the anime a lot lately. People have been asking for characters like Zora to appear more. Zora's kind of off doing his own thing right now, but I am glad that Gordon is getting a little bit of time on screen, even if it's just a little bit in these episodes that we have been getting lately. It's still really cool to see. Gordon's a really cool character. A lot of people were, I'm going on a tangent right here, but a lot of people were saying that in the next arc of the manga, he's actually going to have a big role. Now, we have seen Gordon show out. I mean, in the Devil Believers arc, he did find some clues. But anyways, he helps with the dolls, and Gray still cannot look at the dolls. So then Gray's next thing to do is to ask Gauche, and we know that Gray and Gauche have a lot of shipping fans in the community. I myself, I would say, hey, Gray x Gauche, that's a really good ship, and I think the animators obviously know this, so they gave us some Gray x Gauche moments, and this is actually pretty good around this time because since I read the manga, I know it's coming up, and I think this is a good build up to it, in my opinion at least. So Gray pretty much asks Gauche for some help, and Gauche basically puts up all of his mirrors and tries to help her in that way, because it's like a bunch of people looking at her, and that does not completely work until a butterfly actually puts Gray into a trance, and they then walk into a heavily populated area with a lot of people around looking at Gray in her true form. And for the most part, at first, she's pretty cool with it until she ends up transforming into Marie on Gauche's wish, because it's kind of like a favor for a favor. And she starts to get really nervous, and it just kind of falls apart a little bit. And basically, the resolution to this plot point is the fact that Gauche pretty much tells her it doesn't matter what form you decide to take, you're still Gray. And I think that's a pretty good answer to her problem, because she did seem happy once he said that, and I think she's going to be able to move forward because of that. Now, moving on in the episode, it then switches over to the Blue Rose Knights, and we get Charlotte training with her members. They talk a little bit about romance. I think it's interesting that they bring it up because, you know, back in the beginning of the series, that squad were known as men haters, and now they've kind of evolved and kind of are more open about their actual love for men, because you can't just hate all men, or you can, but for them, I don't think that's what they necessarily wanted to do. It was just a act in the beginning. So just something cool that they're throwing in there, especially considering that Charlotte has a huge crush on Captain Yami. They actually have some Charlotte x Yami moments in this episode, so I know the shippers of Charlotte x Yami are going to be very happy. As we're watching the Blue Rose Knights training, it's clear that Charlotte is way above them. Their training consists of all of them attacking Charlotte at once, and they're basically not doing Charlotte anything. So the next best thing Charlotte decides is that she wants to do a joint training with the Black Bulls, and that's pretty much something that she wants to put into motion. At the end of the episode, basically all the captains get called to a captain's meeting, and something that we're going to see pretty soon. One of the last things that was said in the episode from Julius is he plans on having the captains fight each other. Now, I know a lot of people were wanting this, and it was kind of hinted at in the opening. We see the captains fighting each other in the opening. Now, we didn't see this in the manga, so this is an anime original, first time ever seen before type of plotline. So we're going to actually see the captains fighting each other. This is going to be very interesting. I do want to see how the captains fare. I know we've seen Real fight against Yuno before, so I wonder how Real would fare against the other captains, considering he is the youngest captain. So we're just gonna have to see if he's able to hold his own against people like Captain Yami, Captain Nozel, you know, those type of people. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm actually very, very interested in this upcoming episode and the episodes to follow that. But with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, please leave it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy NeohXO, and I'm out.